Hello everyone, welcome to our Design Lab 2 overview. I'm Jennifer, and joining me are my great teammates, James, Cecil, and Keegan. The goal of this lab is to improve our old production line by identifying major problems in our assembly structure and introducing new concepts for improvement. Enjoy! We will go over a brief description of the product, the original structure of the assembly line, the problems we encountered from the initial design, the proposed solutions based on those problems, the results of our implemented solutions, the cost-benefit analysis of proceeding with our suggestions, and the conclusion along with any unimplemented ideas. Our product is a simple job-made tape measure that can be assembled with 2 screwdrivers. The parts of the tape measure vary in size and definition. The tape can be used for measuring short and long distances during construction or household work. The tape may be used and retracted immediately upon measurement or held in place by a slider if necessary. The tape is available in both red and orange colors. The design of the original assembly line was built with 4 workstations, all adhering to a takt time of 24 seconds. The assembly line was built in a box shape, and on average, the total task time to build 1 tape measure was 80.7 seconds. With the original structure of the line, we were able to meet demand. However, there were some problems during the process that could have been improved.
Our group encountered several problems with Design Lab 1. First of all, the screws were very difficult to handle because of their small size. As a result, the operator wasted time picking up screws out of the parts bin and often dropped the screws on the workbench. It was also difficult to fasten these screws to the tape measure as they fell out of position in between wrist turns of the screwdriver. This increased overall cycle time and variance among cycles. The second problem with the screws was the similarity between the 2 smaller screws. They could be mistaken for each other, and even worse, they could be mostly fastened into the other screw's location. So if the operator unintentionally built the tape measure with the incorrect screws, then we found the clip could wiggle around, which is a quality concern. The next issue that we encountered with Design Lab 1 was the tape unraveling from its roll. This was a safety concern that endangered everyone's eyes. Also, the spring was not always centered in the roll, requiring the operator to position it with pliers. Both of these created a source of variation in our cycle time. Our next issue with Design Lab 1 was the deformation of plastic parts. After several rebuilds, the screw holes could be stripped or the rod upon which the tape roll was placed bent. This created several problems. Either the covers could not be fastened together, or the bent rod made it difficult to place the 2 covers together. The final issue that we identified is it was difficult to distinguish the correct orientation of the clip or tape roll. This led to wasted time as the operator repositioned parts.
The second solution that our group considered was a Toyota ideology called Poka-yoke. This translates to eliminate product defects by reducing unintentional human error. We decided to go with this solution because it is much more cost-effective to eliminate defects at their source rather than search for them at the end of the process. Statistical process control can also become a problem as it always allows some measure of product to slip through into the consumer market with defects. So our final solution to prevent the mismatch of the 2 small screws was to make the parts the same and therefore interchangeable. One of the major time constraints faced in the production line was the amount of time it took to screw the tape measure together and attach the clip. We cut down on this portion of the assembly by allocating a budget to purchase an electric screwdriver. The screwdriver also has a magnetic tip, which combined with the purchase of 2 screw dispensers had a huge effect on the takt time. Another piece that was implemented was the staple, which holds both the spring and